I wanted to start by just telling you a little bit about Ignite. Ignite is not an NCAR invention. It was actually invented in 2006 by Brady Forrest and Bree Pettis, and they started actually in Seattle. So it's been around for about 6 years, and there's Ignites all over the country and all over the world, actually. I experienced my first Ignite at the American Geophysical Union, and I have to thank Allison Rockwell, who dragged me along and gave me this idea. So thanks, Allison. And I also want to thank Rob Pandya, because we talked about it, and he said, yes, let's do this. And so we'll see if he's still glad we did it when it's over. But why did we do this? It's not because Ignite and Spark go so well together. As many of you have said, that is not the reason. It's just a great time for all of us to get together and talk about things we're passionate about. We're focused really on education and outreach today, but it's just a great way. It's kind of our kitchen table wisdom time. 1948, the word bit was introduced, and it unquestionably changed our life. Marcus Stavs and Zhenya Galan are going to talk to us about how the bit not only connects us with information, but today with each other. There's a fundamental shift in how we communicate, and so their talks will focus on that. A lot of people say we're drowning in data today, and we're starved for knowledge. But Susan Van Gundy would likely question that and say that the knowledge is in the data. She's going to share some of the things that the National Science Digital Library is doing in regard to data and capturing some of that. Rich Loft is interested in how we get students to think and reason. It's so critical today. And this is a book I just happened to be reading at the same time. And so I thought I'd do a little exercise with you about fast thinking and slow thinking. Kahneman has really taken all the advances in cognitive psychology of late. What do you think this guy is feeling? Or answer this, or finish the sentence. Bread and butter, right. That is your fast brain at work, okay? It's automatic, it's intuitive, it's almost unconscious. But there's also slow thinking, and slow thinking is that really effort that we put into things. But slow thinking, as much as it helps our fast thinking over time, can be very lazy and undisciplined. And I'm going to give you an example of that. I want you to try to answer or solve this problem that's going to come up here in just a minute. A bat and a ball cost $1.10. The bat cost $1 more than the ball. How much does the ball cost? 50% of the Ivy Leaguers get this wrong. 65% of the general public gets this wrong. Most people think the answer is 10 cents. It's intuitive and highly inaccurate. So there's an example of us not really slowing down to think. If your answer is 5 cents, you got it right. One of our guest speakers today is Penny Euchre, and she comes to us from the STEM Magnet School out in Thornton, I believe. I do want to let you know that I think education is the field that's most under the microscope all the time. Teachers are constantly bombarded with educational reform. These are two examples from the 1900s that's always there, and Penny's certainly an expert really on all those efforts. But her school is doing amazing things. So I want you to hear about this STEM school. A STEM school focuses on science, technology, engineering, and math. Our other guest speaker is Daniel Knight from the University of Colorado. He's an educational researcher. It's his job to really evaluate the practices, the fruits of our practices, really. And he does that not only to hold people accountable, but also so that what we do really matters. Our last speaker is Matt Hirschland, and he's going to be talking to us about some of the global trends affecting what we do today. And some of them are listed here, but those global trends are really affecting change and innovation. And last but not least, I want to, my last couple of slides, put up this saying that the cyclone derives its power from a calm center. And in this crazy format, we're going to try to inject some calm. There's a piece of paper we're going to pass out just for you to jot down ideas, questions, and we'll come back to those questions at the very end. But this is somewhat of a playful event for everyone except for those presenting. And so we want to, remember to play and the importance of that, and also to think and be still and remember that in this very, very busy time that we live in. The average person spends 8.5 hours a day in front of a screen. So I think that play is more and more important in and outside. So thanks for coming. And we're going to introduce the speakers. We have people introducing each one. So we're going to pass out those forms now, and we'll mic up the next person. So thanks once again.